Hello everyone and welcome back to another round of Division 2 West. We are here at Gisborne at the normal track layout, the original track layout, and today it is currently qualifying time actually for the D2 West series, and we head into this round. I believe it is round 4, round 5, I'm not sure exactly, but at the moment it is at this point of the season where we will see emerging championship contenders, and we will have many knocked out from that time of the race. But at the moment, we will focus on just this qualifying session. It is from small things where big things happen, and it is no truer than just a qualifying session. As the Jaguar Racing car of PvP Pitbull is on the screen, fan favorite PvP Pitbull. Not sure if this is the first time he's racing here, but on some of these guys, as I think the train is led by a grey mist car. I'm not sure. It's a very Flakey's maybe heading into, well, actually Geo Magnum, my fault, as he heads into the tricky chicane. Very hard to nail, and it requires turn left or right. As we see, Geo Magnum slowing down a lot on the track. Very awkward and weird. Slow down. Not sure what's going on here. And he is now back moving. He's having a huge lag spike.
Hello, everybody. I'm also here tonight, at least for now. Hello, Dash.
Hello.
Um,
Welcome back to the media team, Carson.
yeah,
And
I,
he'll be joining me.
I'm just looking at the times. A lot of people are on a lap right now. As the first people are gonna cross line Geo 29.4. 29.2 is already a really nice lap for D2. Will anyone improve over that? DSF goes sixth, Young goes fourth with a purple last sector, and everyone is slotting in behind. Hamza the legend, fifth.
And so far, I believe about maybe 3-4 cars are not yet to get a banker lap set in, but the guys who have, they're pretty close to one another. But I think qualifying, uh, if your pace is not too far off, just use this as a warm up for the race, because the race will be a slipstream run throughout it, and you just have to stay in that rubber band and stay within the lead pack, and that's how you will get good points. Or if you're lucky, you can get a good win out of this. As we see Quattrus, one of the few cars set to set the lap in. He will start his lap now. Has messed up a couple of times so far in this session, as we near halfway through this qualifying time and heading down the hill.
Yeah, as we have a lot of drivers in the last sector setting up for their second hot lap, we are suspecting a few people to stick out of the pack. And my person to look at it today is DSF. I think he has great track record here. He's won in D1 before, so I definitely think he's a contender for the race win here. And even though he's only seventh at the moment, I think he'll be a surprise for us today.
Yep. And now under halfway, we see Quattrus now heading into Sector 2. We have been on board with him for the entirety of the lap so far, and it's pretty decent through the chicane. Could have been better, but right now he just wants to get that banker lap in so he doesn't have a lot more pressure later on this qualifying. It's very crucial to get a banker lap in, so you at least have that safety net of your qualifying time that you have set. Even if it is not that fast, it is better to have it
We have
than not having
Quatros
it.
coming over the line with a purple second sector. He goes fourth.
Decent, decent lap. I think he really mainly messed up on the third sector. That second sector was pretty clean, as now on board with Leopard, or sorry, Leo. Not used to calling him Leo, but he comes down to the final straight, and he goes second, under a tenth barely, with the purple third sector. That could have been pole if he had a couple of better corners, but he'll take that.
Yes. Okay. Also, someone who is joining us on track today is PvP, an old
Yes,
racing legend, one of my favorite drivers here. He hasn't
he's
had
a
a lot
hero.
of race. Yeah, no, he's an icon of
He's
the
an icon,
league.
yeah, a
He
diva.
hasn't had a lot of races in recent time. I think the last time he really drove was back in season 5, is when he reserved a few races. Ever since, he
But
hasn't really been there.
yeah, and his last full time ride I mentioned earlier was about season 3, season 4. So this is a
Yeah.
throwback to the old days for him.
Oh, as he sends it in the gravel trap. I remember back in season 4, he drove for my team, and that's ever since then I've been asking him a lot of times to come back, but he's always so busy. So it's good to see him back on track.
He is native to Arizona, as he has mentioned before, and proud Arizonian on the track today, trying to conquer at New Zealand. Pretty much opposite ends of the spectrum on the world map, so he is looking to do his best on his return.
As we have Geo going in purple in sector 1, which doesn't really say a lot as it's not that difficult of a sector. And he corner cuts to make that lap useless. But what I was saying, purple or red times in sector 1 don't say too much, as there's only really turn 1 that can dictate any form of difference there. As most of sector 1 is flat out.
As at the moment, we are heading to closer to the end of this qualifying session.
Is that Leo who's on a lap with a purple first sector? Might be good if he can. We have Eva Flakies who goes to second. Improves sector 1 and sector 3. There's still time to gain though. And Leopard goes green. This might really be an impressive run if he can nail this last sector here.
Let's see.
That looks really tight and really neat.
And now heading to the chicane. Pretty easy to nail this. It goes a bit wide, but that's okay. It's better to be safe than sorry. And now, heading to the last corner. Will he get to finish this lap in style?
That's a really
Pretty
good
good cut
cut,
in.
really.
And that's really good. This could be pole. I believe this is
Let's
pole.
see Paul here, right here. Yes,
And it
29
is
0 improves on 2 tenths on the P2 now.
2/10. Pretty impressive gap for a
I
track that
doubt
is
we'll
mostly
see
flat out.
I doubt we will see anyone go over that, but we do have Young who's on a double green entering the last corner. Doesn't take it as
Bit
well as he
wide.
might have
Bit
hoped.
wide.
Yeah, he didn't really get the apex at too low speeds. And he gains
Only
one
P7.
position and ties with DSF for 6, but he'll be 7th as he was the
And
last to set it.
And now drivers will be on their last few laps. Gio has just started at 10 seconds to go on the line. Checkered flag falls
As Simcoe
towards the
is just
station.
off the map. Interesting.
So, what?
Simcoe
You
is
have a
just
glitch apparently.
taking a detour.
Yes, he wants to visit parts of New Zealand. I'm not sure where exactly Gisborne is in New Zealand, but he is. Oh, he's reading something.
He's an intellectual person.
He has been slightly distracted by literature that has been posted on these walls around the track. Uh, it's very impressive that he managed to see that at those speeds, but he has caught it and now he is firmly reading it. And now we will focus back on the action on the track because Geo Magnum, I'm pretty sure he set a purple second sector here. You could see another shift for the pole, and he's a bit cleaner than Leo through that part of the track now heading into the last corner. Let's see if he gets it clean. I think he's a bit wide. No, he's made it work. Ah, it's just a bit not what he hoped, but I think he'll still get at least top three. And he does get second place. That last corner had a mistake. He could have gone pole.
Yeah, he was really close, but you never know what he has had left there. I think he was definitely one of the contenders to get that pole position, but it just didn't go as well as he might have hoped.
Yep, as now the preparation for the race begins. Carson, who do you want to win this race, and who do you look into how they will win this race?
Who I would want to win this race is someone who I think won't win is PvP, but I think even though he's only seventh at the moment, DSF has a really good shot on this victory, as well as Leoparder looks pretty dangerous. I think
Yeah,
Geo might be quite disappointing, as from my own experience, I've seen that he has good pace, but he
and
sometimes lacks consistency. As we have all five lights and we are away. Let's see.
Leo with a clean start, heading back towards the outside lane. Geo following in pursuit, as well as Leo's teammate Equals, and now heading into turn one. Pretty easy for the backmarkers to make a
Someone goes
mistake as
wide.
you see someone go wide, as I was just saying, and now heading to this first part of real test of how drivers will manage the dirty air. Leo is in clean air and he has a lot of racing behind
Ooh,
him. Equals trying to
Hamza
make.
corner
Oh,
cuts and will probably drop down to close to last. And we have
Equals as well. DSF moves up to P5, I believe, yep. And now heading into another tricky part of the course. No one really
even
makes a
more.
mistake through there.
Milk 10-10-1 has corner cut and lost almost a full second to eighth, where he was chasing, and now is 13th.
Heading back to the action around the lead pack, and Leo was caught up by the slipstream, and now everyone behind him. It's like a pack of wolves chasing him right now. They're all huddled together, chasing down the leader.
Well, we can see that all drivers have chosen for the hearts, as we saw in D1. That was the logical choice. So we won't see much variation of strategy unless we get a variety in track conditions. What I did notice is that in the D1 race, seen a really large group. As Patras freezes on the track, he is dropping
Oh
down to
no,
14th. I don't know. Will this go all right for him? I, it's taking a
this looks
really
tricky.
long time. This looks bad for the driver who was in P5 at the moment, but I think that's
Lap
the end of
two
the
as
race
well.
for him. Yes,
Lap two, and that is heartbreaking. Lap two, DNF something you never want, and he was fighting for the lead as well.
yeah.
And now Leo has lost the lead. I believe, completely. Uh, he completely had a huge corner cut, and at the moment he's falling back, but he's still in that
One
lead pack, thankfully.
one thing to keep track of, what we saw in D1 was one long strand of drivers spanning over 3 seconds, staying in each other's slipstream. But besides that, Leo just made a mistake. We
Oh,
saw
and
that, and
Equals as well.
Aquios also makes a big mistakes and drops a few positions and a lot of time.
Oh, he's lost the lead pack as well. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want a
Yeah,
terrible corner cut like that. Maybe you can afford at some places, but
at this
not
point,
at that chicane.
Leoparder and Young are the only thing connecting the rear to the front leading group. So if any of those two make a mistake and drop back, we might see a separation from the lead group.
And that will almost pretty much guarantee that you might not win this race. However, anything's possible. Uh, but at the moment, this lead pack is thinning out. Cream is rising to the top, as you can see. Eva Fleckies fighting for, I believe, their second win of the season. I'm not sure, but at the moment they are leading this race. And right behind them is Threesome for P2.
One thing I'm really
And now,
interested in is even though we know what tires all drivers will most likely go to, when will the drivers go to the medium tire? As in D1, we saw everyone pit around lap 13, but what we did notice is that the finish was really close, like usual on this track. So I think we might see some people try to go for an overcut, so they can so they have more grip in the final few corners and maybe get a better exit to win that race by only thousands of seconds.
and what is even more important is who you pit with, how many people you pit with. You need that lead pack on your side. You need an entire group of people so you can slipstream with. Otherwise, if you're just by yourself, you're going to struggle to gain time. As at the moment, I believe the lead pack is being caught up by the cars behind. Aquils has made it back up there. That's pretty impressive from him, overtaking Young and the other drivers back into the lead pack. As it is lap 4, it is about 20 to go.
Looking at the current standings, Young is trying to hang on to that leading group, but behind him we see a real separation for him as he just made a little mistake. So I think Young has almost lost the connection to the front group,
Oh,
and I
he's
don't think
missed
it will
a
take
yeah, he
long
missed
for
an
that
apex,
for that
and he's still
for
in it. He's still in
even
it.
Aquils and Galoops to make it back to that front pack, and they will solidify um, their gap. So it's crucial for Young and Simkos to catch up now, or it might be never.
And
Here comes PvP down the inside. What a legend! As he's in a four-way fight for P10. Great race
very
so far
similar
for both.
to the return of uh, other fellow drivers coming back into this after a long time. PvP Pitbull, I think, has fared better than most so far. He's having a pretty good race, P12 and fighting, but at the moment he can maybe finish in the top 10 at this
Galoop
rate with the
has
pace he
made a
has.
mistake, apparently. He's dropped from 6th to 7th with a second gap to Geo, and he corner cuts again. This doesn't look good for him as Milk and that group is chasing and even passing
Here comes PvP Pitbull,
from 6th
overtaking Galoops.
from 6th all the way down to 11th in the span of less than a minute even. It's not looking great for the driver.
And it's right now a 4 car fight for the lead. This lead pack is thinned out even more. Geo is now a bit lagging a bit behind with DSF. They head to the chicane. Leo's back in the lead again. And I think the main 3 contenders from this race are these 2 Mogus cars and Fleckies of the Jaguar, because these 3 have been fighting it for the entire race so far. And Eva Fleckies, I think, generally is a really good driver.
Aquios is on a really great lap. He went purple in the first sector, the fastest time of the race so far in that sector, and went from 8 tenths down in P5 to now first in lap 6. He has made a really good recovery from that mistake at the start of the race, as we now see the clear separation of the groups. DSF is the cutoff. After that, him, it is a 2-second gap to his teammate, and Simcoe's.
DSF is lagging a bit behind, but of course the slipstream is very powerful, and even if you make a mistake, as long as you don't corner cut, you're pretty much still in the hunt. And DSF now having that entire back straight, I would say, to slipstream these guys, and now head back to fight for the lead. The rubber band effect in place. Lepre, uh, we haven't given him his flowers yet. He is still in this lead pack, surprisingly. As heading down into the hairpin once more.
Hmm. DSF, have you seen his lap? Purple and green from the Romanian driver. Is he here to steal the first position this lap and maybe a fast lap? He doesn't give up.
Red last sector, probably because of the lack of slipstream in front of him.
Yeah,
That
he's
is the
caught up
case a
so
lot.
much in sector 1 and 2 that there is no slipstream to make it happen in the last sector.
Happens in many fastest lap attempts around here.
Yeah,
The red third sector is pretty popular.
I remember a few seasons ago, I believe it was season 6, it was myself. I was starting from almost the back and I set the fastest race lap in the first lap. So from the start, I set 3 purple sectors and I set a time that no one could get past for a full 20 laps, I believe, until someone made an extra pit stop to try and beat my time, which really shows that slipstream here is the the key to getting that extra point from the fastest lap, which might be helpful to some drivers. So gives you a reason to try and hang back and try to set a fast lap attempt. So I think we will see a few around lap 13, 14 try and do that.
Speaking of fastest lap attempts, if you remember a couple of seasons ago, I believe this was season 4, Sukoblet, I believe he was a D2 driver at the time, and he really impressed in both D2 and D1 in this race at Gisborne. Uh, I'm pretty sure he said at 127, fastest lap in the race. I'm pretty sure that's the fastest anyone has ever gone at Gisborne. 127.9, if you not 127.9, I think it was faster than that, but still, it was a crazy lap time, and it's one of the, I think, memorable moments of this track in its history. As we go back to, Akil had a huge corner cut, and this could lead into a bit of a gap, but I believe he can make it up like he did earlier in the race.
Oh, I didn't notice, but Galo, who was at the start in the top 5, has retired his car. He had a major a sequence of mistakes, and I think that broke the barrel for him, and he decided to retire the car.
Yeah, that's one of the sadder ways to leave a race in FRL, but when you don't want to waste your time, there's not really anything against that. So now heading into about 15 to go, and the lead pack has been pretty much confirmed here. Yep.
Do you know what I think we might see is Young and Simcoes will probably try to attempt an undercut. Might be
Yeah.
negative for them at the end, but it's the only thing that could try to get them into the group and maybe scratch away a few extra
Ooh,
points.
Akils hits the wall, and that might actually get him out of this lead pack, will it? He's lost
For
1.2.
now, but he's lost a whole lot. He's 1 second off.
He's almost out of it.
It's
He
a
could be out of it.
full second, but he's not out of it. Yeah,
He's
he
not
had a
out of
good
it entirely. Yeah.
set of corners. So now have to really try his best to get back again and take
Yeah,
advantage of that slipstream.
he has made some huge mistakes so far in this race. I'm not sure
As we
if
have the first person in the pit
oh,
lane, Mix BR68 has entered the pit lane, who is already a full minute down. He has decided to go to the medium tires with more than half of the race left.
this is an
Interesting move
interesting
there.
strategy.
I think we'll definitely see him back in the pit lane.
Yeah, and not in a good position. I don't think.
Uh, for him, we can only hope that it will rain after everyone else pits. Honestly, I don't think there's much to gain for him besides the experience.
I don't think there is any moisture in the air today at Gisborne, so he'll have to defy the laws of physics somehow, get back in this race. But at the moment, he is dead last.
Yeah.
So, approaching almost halfway through this race, and now the Mongoose cars are at the back half of this lead pack because Leo has also made a mistake.
I
The
think
Mongoose
it's.
cars being
Did you
caught up
see
at
him
those
make the
mistakes.
mistake? Because this might be on purpose
Yeah, this could be on purpose actually.
to
I think
help
about this.
AQLs stick with that leading group. And if Young tries his absolute best, he might have a few laps of slipstream. He's 2 seconds behind, only half a second out of that slipstream range. But I think Leopard has just done enough for AQLs to get
Corner
right
cuts
back into it.
himself, and that I don't think he's too far out of it though. Yeah, he's still pretty much in it, thanks to him helping out AQs. But
Yeah,
the
I'll
Mongoose
definitely
cars
think
are,
AQLs will return the favor for him. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure after this lap, throughout the halfway of this next lap, we will reach the halfway of the race, and the pit stops will be coming soon. They are approaching. And I believe the undercutters, I'm predicting that, yeah, as you said, Young and Smikos, they will try to undercut this field so that they can actually make it to the lead pack somehow. Otherwise, I don't think it's really possible for them to do that.
Yeah, they have a really consistent pace, so you've got to give it to them. They don't look like they're completely out of it, and one big mistake from a driver might be all they need to get back. So, as we are
So far,
probably close to that pit
yeah.
window, we're in lap 11. I think the pit window is 2 or 3 laps away at this point. So, I think we'll see them in the pit lane anytime now.
Well, the fastest lap at the moment, the 1 point goes to AQLs, but that could change soon. After these pit stops, everyone will be on fresh rubber, and everyone will be trying to get their fastest laps on the freshest tires. That is the best moment to do so, and you might even see some people strategically hang back on their lead packs or on the packs so that they can get the best possible slipstream out of it. That's the interesting part about Gisborne, the fight for the 1 point. That is for the fastest lap. And DSF leads this race. First time I think he's done it so far.
Yeah, like I said at the start of the race, I did not count him out, and I definitely think he will get the podium today. Won't ever be able to tell here at Gisborne, especially with a six person leading, as Equals goes really wide, but doesn't seem to be losing much time. But it's always difficult to dictate who will win, but DSF is really strong in that last sector. So we can't forget about him at all.
The last sector is pretty important to nail down on the final lap. So later on in this race, DSF might take that to his advantage and get a good run out of that last corner.
I really think the P7 and P8, Young and Simcoe, should pit this lap if they want to give themselves any shot of coming back. If they pit now and the rest pits a lap later, they might be able to gain back a second, and then they're only 2 seconds away. And with a little bit of luck, someone loses a bit of time in the pit lane. They are back into it. So
You might
this
even
would be
see
their shot.
more people pit with them.
Let's see.
Well, they
No,
don't
they
pit on
both
this lap.
skipped the pit lane. They're going for safety for their own positions instead of risking it for all uh, for all what to get. Never mind, I'm having a seizure.
Don't worry, it happens. I'm pretty sure the teammates DSF and Young will pit now. They have a code. Whereas, oh, Akels with a huge mistake. Once more, this could be not. This could actually hamper his uh, what do you say, gap to the lead pack, and he might have to pit this lap as well. He has that knowledge of maybe DSF and Young will pit with him at least.
Yeah,
But I'm not sure DSF is asking Young to pit with him, considering he's so far back.
yeah, I'm not sure. It isn't looking good for the P7 and PA driver. Only 4 laps ago, they were 3.5 seconds away, and they're now 5 seconds away. By every passing lap, it's looking less and less likely that they will get into the mix.
Oh, and PvP has broken into the top 10. Could
He's
score
still
20
fighting
points
with
today.
Amos the Legend, which
Yeah,
is
he is gaining and
that battle.
gaining.
That battle has been raging for since the start of
Oh,
the
and
race.
we have pitters. We have pitters. As of Ava Flakey's
Eva
into the
Flake
pit
is
lane,
going for the undercut, and Young and
and
Simcoe as well.
he's the only one.
That
Oh no, they've got
not losing too
Young
much
and
time.
Michael's joining,
Let's see.
but he's the only one from
We
his
have
pack.
PvP Fitbull 456 with the undercut. Let's see where this will
What
go.
a lad! Big ups that man. Big ups that man. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get the undercut done and achieved. As we will move back to the fight for the lead that has been brewing since lap 1. DSF has been the clear leader at this rate, so I believe on the long run he's much more comfortable with the tires than most people
Yes.
because he is doing very well for himself. And they will probably have to pit this lap as well, so it's going to be a fresh slate for all of these drivers, and it's going to be a run to the finish for what I'm predicting to be a photo finish, as always at Gisborne. And Lepre and DSF have gapped a bit, but
Oh, Kylian Mbappe.
as we have goal news, apparently. Oh,
Man,
and all of them pit.
yeah, that's probably expected. Staying out any longer would be, well, stupid, honestly. Uh, Anything after this lap would not gain you anything and will probably lose you that medium tires lifespan at the end. So you'll be wasting a bit of tire to try
And
to stay
Ava
out.
Flakis has pretty much undercut them all. He's straight into the lead here. That grip on the mediums is wild, and yeah,
Yes,
he's back
the
where
only
he should be.
sadly for him, he was the only one to do it because say DLF was with him, he might have had the chance uh, to pull away. As we've seen, the gaps have crossed from the gaps that were there, only 5 tenths between all 6 drivers, have gone to 4.5 seconds to Aquios and Lepre. So this is exactly what I meant with Simcoes and Young, who are now both in the slipstream of Aquios and Lepre. This is their
Yeah, and
chance, and they have to take it with both hands, as this is the only chance they'll get in this race to get there.
they need to put their body and soul to get back in this lead. Although
You
that's
have no
probably a bit too
passion.
much.
No,
Too much to put into just one race, but
but lick
it is still uh, it is still capable for them to get back in this lead pack. Anyway, heading to 8 to go soon. Been pretty interesting race so far. You have had some difference in pit strategies by a lap, but uh, in other news, the first pitter, sorry, of this race, shocker, he's still in last, mix BR68, I believe. Yeah, but I don't. I think he's gonna stay there, even because he pit there in the first lap. As we have a battle for the lead, DSF and our Fleckis. I didn't foresee DSF doing this well, but he's pretty much the only one staying with our Fleckis at the moment. As there's been quite a rift between P2 and P3. Geo has fallen back 2.3 seconds, and at the moment we don't really have a pack. We just have a duo of DSF and Ava Fleckis fighting for the lead.
I'm wondering if they'll be able to keep a gap. Honestly, it could be interesting, but I'd say it's more likely for Leoparder, Aquios, and Lepri to all catch up to Geo, and then from there advance back to the front. Especially Leoparder, who is on the tail of Geo now. I do think they'll.
Oh,
Ooh,
and
we have
Equals corner
Aquios corner
cuts,
cut, and that
and
will.
again,
He'll be in the pack behind Young and Simcoes even. Um,
that's crazy. That's not going to be good for him at all. And
Not good for him,
he's
but for Young, Aquios is one of the fastest drivers today on this division. Might be the three of them might have enough speed to catch to Lepri.
but
As we have
again
Leoparder with the
another
purple last sector,
yep. But again
2.3
another
seconds.
mistake for Equals. He's not had the best race. He had a pretty good qualifying, but yeah, he's just not himself today because
He's really
that's
not
pretty much
getting
the
used to
sixth, seventh
those.
mistake.
He's really not getting used to those tires. As that's
Yeah,
something you see some people struggle with right out of the pit lane to get used to their fresh tires, which is honestly quite sad to see for the driver, as he was doing pretty well, but you already saw that when he was in that leading pack, he was the driver with the most corner cuts, most mistakes. So it's not come out of nowhere.
but he has a chance to regroup here with Smikers and Young to catch back to this lead to redeem himself so far in this race. As right now, Gio is gaining just a teeny tiny bit through these corners on the lead pack, but he has to hope for others to join him on his venture to get back to that top two. Right now, DSF and Everflake is undercutted, so they have much less fresher tires than DSF. Uh, sorry, older tires than DSF. My bad, but yeah, they have to keep with DSF on that disadvantage, and perhaps in a in that disadvantage, maybe Geo can catch up soon when he gets in that slipstream range, as he has the same pit strategy as DSF.
As we see Geo slowly creeping up to Ava Flakies. It will take some time,
Ah,
but
and he corner cuts.
ooh,
Wow,
yeah, which
commentator's
will
jinx is real.
which will get Lepri to catch up again. So the three of them might be just enough to
Oh, they've
power up.
caught up.
Ooh, Leo Parter is really really close. He's in it
He's pretty
almost.
much in it. Wow, in
He's
just
on
one
the
straight.
edge. He is definitely on the edge. And Lepri has had the luck that Gio has made a mistake to maybe get himself back in there. As we get
DSF
go purple
and
in
Flick
sector
is
2.
still going wide. Yeah, Leo's
Leoparder?
closer really long.
Yeah, will he keep it though? No. It's really on the line of yes and no. So I don't think it will take long before that becomes a solid yes, and he'll be back to fight for those top positions.
Gio's with him as well, so he has help on his side. Maybe not the best help he could have hoped for, but he has to use it nonetheless. As we are close to the finish, I just realized 5 to go. And sooner or rather than later, this lead pack has to step up their game because Leo and Geo are catching up all in the meanwhile, and right behind Akils, trying to redeem himself, is finding hard to do the same to get to the lead pack. And I don't think I believe he's struggling more than DSF as expected on all the tires. You see him hanging around 3 tenths, 4 tenths. It's not looking good, and he's only giving more slipstream to the cars behind. So at this moment, I believe we have a foursome for the leads on the cards as our first blue flags appear for today. Mix BR68 is gonna be lapped soon by this pack as we head to the action for P9, PvP Pitbull and Hamza. They've been paddling all day. They've hardly been separated by anyone so far.
Yes,
And PvP
the
Pitbull
fight for
right
P9
now,
rages on, and they're
yeah,
approaching a back marker. So it's something they might be able to take advantage of for now, or might make them in a disadvantage.
depends on the skill set. And I thought someone caught cut there, but I think they're still together,
Yeah,
stuck together like glue.
I think something that's interesting to me is that Leoparder has been able to leave Geo and Lepre behind like this, but
Yeah, it's
they're not out
crazy.
of it yet. But one technical section, and they might be out of the stream. It's only 1.2 seconds, so they're on the edge of being in and out.
Leo has unreal pace
Yeah,
because he caught up in a flash.
he's been charging to the back to the front since the pit stops. We have only 3 laps remaining, and we're almost at the end of this one.
Well, it almost looks like he's using jet fuel for this track, but I
But
believe he's doing everything
his
fairly.
lines are incredibly clean. He gets every apex just right, and he surely is the most consistent driver here right now.
And this is the part where you don't really want to mess up. These last few laps, you have to
Yeah,
be locked in. You have to take it to 10,000. You have to push everything up
and I
to the
think we will
maximum.
get an even more fun end of this race as we enter lap 21. And Lepre and
Three to
Gio have
go.
really solidified themselves into that group. They're not in it, but they're in the slipstream by a long shot. So it won't take long for them to catch up, logically speaking.
Yeah, they will catch up probably like Leo has done in these last few laps, but at the moment it is
Oh,
heating up.
DSF
It
goes
is getting
wide,
intense.
which will make him go
Ooh, he's
wider.
even wider! Into the wall almost. But he's still in that lead pack, but he's giving more slipstream to
He's
Lepre and Geo.
definitely dropping some time.
Wide approach
Wow.
for DSF.
Leo
Leo's pretty
liked
much
it
taking the
into that
lead.
section, as the
And
group has
DSF,
been more spread out than at any point today. But
but
still,
they'll
they're
rubber
really,
band right back up here into the
yeah.
hairpin.
Let's see. And there they all are.
Right back together. Good old
All their
buddies.
the entire group back into 1 second.
DSF pressurizing Eva Flickies for now, getting the P2 spot. He does not want to be held up by Eva Flickies
More
on the
importantly, though,
all the
the
tires.
fight for P9 has gone really under the radar, in my opinion.
Yeah,
As Hamza is still keeping that lead on PvP, and I don't know if PvP has enough to pass Hamza today.
he has been a bit of the 8 ball in these last few laps of PvP, but he has the slipstream to his side. He's braked a bit too much here. It's not looking good. But yeah, he has to step up his game to get that P9 back. He'll be pretty happy with the top 10 though today, his return. But we head back to the action at the front. Leo, as I believe, corner cut it, and we see Ava Fleckis and DSF battle out instead. It is 2 to go at this point. It is really crucial not to make mistakes like that, and Leo's lucky to get away with it and still be in this fight. They head up the hill for the penultimate time.
Yeah, it's really turning out to be another close finish, but Gio is quite far back at this point. He does have all the time to close that gap with the.
Oh,
Oh,
Flick is with a
Ace of
huge corner cut.
Flakes!
Right where he doesn't want it.
That's that will cost him a podium. I have.
Major championship
Oh, Equals
implications.
disconnects
And
Gio.
Eccles disconnects. Oh no, this has gone all horribly wrong.
Well, not for PvP Pitbull, as he has just gained a position.
P9! P9!
Nine.
Get in there!
Get in
Three
there!
tenths now. 3 tenths now to P8, but you head back to white flag. Oh, sorry,
That might
wrong
win a
sport, wrong
race.
sport. Final lap, final lap.
White flag.
Leo takes the lead. Oh, he has a huge bump, and now Lepre out of nowhere in this race. He had fought for the lead in the first few laps. I didn't expect him to still be here, but he's caught up and he's back in this fight. What a line by Lepre as well. So close to the
DSF
corner cuts.
passing Geo back, but oh, this must be so disappointing for Ava Flaky. He's thrown it all away there, and will
Staying in
probably
that
get.
for those points, though.
Yeah,
You never know
PvP
what happens.
also.
Gio, I think he's made a huge mistake.
Yeah,
Barely
he.
gets away with it.
Will it be? Ooh, Lepre is also far off. This is definitely a two-way fight for the time being, but the slow section
Leo,
is all they might need.
Leo with a huge weave on the straight to get that slipstream off of him. DSF closing in behind.
Ooh, a
Leo has
really
been
tight line.
phenomenal.
Is it enough? Oh,
Oh,
Leopard goes a little
a bit
too
wide.
wide.
DSF comes. Here comes DSF. So much come from
Only a tenth
DSF.
of
Here
a
they come.
second. Is it enough? Is it enough? Lepre is getting close as well, but I don't think close enough.
Final corner to go. Lepri's also there.
It's a
Heading
tenth
into the
now.
final turn.
I really think it's
DSF.
gonna be Leoparder if you're looking at it like Lepre,
Yeah, Leo.
but
Lepri with a
yeah,
run. But
Leoparder
it looks like Leo's gonna
trying
get it.
to win. DSF second, Lepre
And
third,
it's
Geo fourth, and Ava
66 hundredths.
comes home in fifth. Young to take sixth. Simcoe seventh. And PvP Pitbull, Jesus hammers the line.
Oh,
And
Elsa
PvP
makes a
takes
mistake! Get in there! Get
PvP
in there!
takes a
Get in
position again.
there! You
Get in
beauty!
there, PvP. As we have
You
Milk
beauty!
crossing the line in P10, Sans CRP 11th. And then we have to wait for a Guz Goose to.
Wow, PvP with a move for the century on that final lap. What a clutch moment. Hamza, intimidated by his presence and aura, had to lift and corner cut simply for PvP, and that will be the
No, no,
way
no.
how
It's not
that
over yet.
battle ends.
We still have a driver trying his best.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
I was just gonna say that, but looks
honestly,
like I've been
from
corrected.
I can only applaud him for staying in the race as long as he has, which is
Yeah, this is
something
this
to
is
be
tough to do.
proud of. Honestly, I
This
wouldn't
is
be able
tougher.
to do it
This is
myself.
tougher to do than win. And
But
Nockenbrecker, I believe I was to pronounce it.
Nuggenberger.
A lot of but that ends today's race. Leo wins with a huge Sector 3 run. He was really good on those final, on that last, sorry, second stint. And that really clutched him the race today. DSF, close, but not close enough. Couldn't
What?
get to first. And Lepre will finish out the podium. Gio, his teammate right behind him. And Eva Fleckis disappointingly finishes fifth when he could have won today. That will end it for today's race. And yeah, we will see you next time for, I believe, round 5. Sorry for not knowing the round number, but we'll see you next time. I hope you